Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to open up and disassemble this ASUS ROG Strix, or ASUS. Alright, this is a G513Q, or the full model is G513QM-ES94. Alright, we're going to be using a JIS1 or J1 screwdriver to remove all the screws from the bottom. Right, you want to keep them in order because they can be different size, shape, and lengths. The way I do that is I put them flat side down on my desk in the pattern I remove them. So basically just like that. Right, if you have a special tray to hold the screws in place, that's even better. Right, so we got 4 going along here, then we got 3 going along the middle, and then we got 4 more going along the bottom. So let's go ahead and just remove all these screws. Right, if this video helps you out, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helps you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Alright, if you can't help out that way, it would help a lot if you can watch a few of my other videos and then like and comment on those as well, because that's what the algorithm likes to see. But yeah, other than that, let's go ahead and continue getting this thing apart. You do want to be very careful when opening this thing up. I believe there are cables attached to the bottom because there are little light bars going around here. So make sure to watch through the video just in case. So if there's anything that goes wrong, then you will know what to watch out for. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this open. This is my first time opening this model, so we'll see. Alright, so this screw, it stays attached and it allows it to form a little gap here. And usually that's designed to help you pop this open. So you can see it kind of formed a little gap. Usually I'll get my fingernails in and I'll push on the palm rest with my thumb and pull down with my fingernails. Be careful not to push on the touchpad area. So we're going to continue going across. I'm just going with my fingernails and running along. And you can see it's actually popping out pretty easily. So we'll go along the sides as well. Just like that. And it actually follows this piece here, so you do have to go a little up higher there, and you can see I'm just using my fingernails there. Okay, obviously if you don't have fingernails you can use pry tools, but I'm just using my fingernails because that's what works best for me and it's a lot quicker. Right, so we're going to go along here. You do want to jump past the USB ports and then continue all the way up here. Okay, so this side is a little bit trickier, but let's see here what we can do. So I'm going to get my fingernail in there and we'll just pop that. All right, there you go. Okay, and you can see it's popping out. So we're going to close the screen now. We're going to carefully lay this back down, and let's see if we can lift this up. Okay, so I'm lifting this carefully. You want to be a little careful at the back as well. There are some clips. Okay, so we'll go and lift this, and oh, this doesn't have, oh, I guess they had someone work on it before because the things are taped in place. So maybe I need to put those back first to show you what it looks like. Alright, we'll put it back later, but I'll show you what's inside of here. So I guess the customer had this worked on already, and yeah, it's already done. So their heat sinks and stuff look clean. It has, let me see if I can show you what's going on in here. You got the charge port or DC jack soldered into here. Let's see if I can give you a close-up if you need to replace yours so you can make sure you get the right one. So that's what that looks like. You got the Ethernet port here, HDMI port there, and USB. It looks like it's all soldered. Okay, this looks to be the CPU soldered to the motherboard, GPU soldered to the motherboard. You got the memory for the GPU all around it. You got the LCD LVDS connector here. You don't want to mess with this unless you first disconnect the battery connector, which is right here. This has a little metal latch that you do need to slide up. Once you slide it up, then you can get underneath that and pop that out. All right, so once you do that, you want to actually open up the laptop and then press and hold the power button for at least 15 seconds to drain any residual power. All right, if you're going to mess with the LCD LVDS connector, it's very important that you do this. If you don't, there's a very good chance that you're going to fry the backlight circuit or the screen or the LCD LVDS connector. So you do want to just do that. All right, so you don't actually have to physically take the battery out, but at least disconnect that. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can actually go ahead and I'll show you how to disconnect the LCD LVDS connector. So you can grab it here. Usually you pull this up, but as you can see, it doesn't want to come up very easily. So I just get my fingernail in the edge and then I pull that up and then it comes out just like that. All right, and if you don't have fingernails to do that, you can use plastic pry tools. I like to use my fingernails because I can feel exactly what I'm prying on, and make sure I'm not like prying up like something like these kinds of things, or I'm not prying out this connector itself, right? So you want to make sure you're just prying up the LCD LVDS connector and not the part that's on the motherboard. So you got that out. Again, somebody worked on this before, so I'm not sure what it used to look like, but there's the speaker here connection, and this is for both speakers. The speaker goes there, then there's a wire. Sorry, this is actually a wireless antenna that plugs in right there. But you can see this blue and white swirly wire that's going from that corner all the way down under, and then that goes under the battery over here to this speaker. Right, you got the other antenna down here. This one has the this white cable going along, and then they both end up, let's see, okay, it looks like the white one and the black one goes here, and then you have the gray and blue, which yeah, there's two sets of antennas. It looks like there's another antenna under here with the black wire, okay, and then you can see the blue and gray are over here. So it's labeled underneath these, but I don't know what exactly it's going to. So yeah, all right. So they did upgrade their SSD, it looks like, because this isn't the included one. There's a Western Digital blue SSD. So it pops up after you remove the screw, and then you can go ahead and pull this out just like that. And here you can see the black and white actually go to the wireless card here, which usually also has Bluetooth built in. So I'm not sure what the gray and blue ones are for. Maybe you can add like a network card to like computer, what do you call? Not computer. Network card that goes to like a cell tower kind of thing. All right, there's this board here, which I don't see how it's connected to anything. Huh, let's see. I'm gonna see if I take this board out. Again, I don't know what the other person did on this, so I don't know if anything is missing or disconnected that they didn't put back. This board comes out and it's not attached. This isn't attached to anything. I don't know what's the point of this board. It's not attached to anything. It just holds the SSDs in. I don't know why it has all these little, this is supposed to be like for a switch. I don't know what this CN9500 to motherboard. Okay, it looks like on some models they'll add all these extra things here, and on this specific one they have nothing here. So this is just a like blank board with the PCB or printed circuit board stuff, but no components are actually soldered onto it. And this is likely the latch. So this will have a flat ribbon cable on some models that will latch it over to here. And it looks like on some there would also be a little switch, which I don't know what this little gap's for, but I'm assuming that's what will trigger the switch when it goes in. Right, so we're gonna get this back in. Okay, took that out for nothing. Well, I guess we're kind of just seeing what's in there. Again, on some models they probably have some function there. Also, this has two slots. So there's another slot for an M.2 PCIe NVMe SSD, it looks like. Also, oh, here you go. I think NFC USB. So there's this part here, which it looks like this would be where the other latch goes to. So one would go to, the flat cable would go here, and then it would go underneath this board. Okay, we're going to go ahead and reattach this. Also, you can see the fan connector right there. All right, so yeah, all right, what else do we got here? I'm not gonna pull everything out, but this is very likely the keyboard connector. Let me actually pull this RAM stick up for you if I can. It's kind of held in with some adhesive, so you gotta be careful peeling this up. Okay, you can see it's like stuck there. All right, so this pops up by pulling those two tabs to the side, and then you can pull that out, and of course the label is stuck to this. That's dumb. Okay, so whatever type of RAM this is, I don't know because it's stuck to the back of this piece here. Okay, that's bad design. Anyways, indicator mic DB. I don't know what that is. This says keyboard light. This is the keyboard backlight. I don't know what indicator mic dB is, but yep, there's that. It looks like some have this keyboard function axis or something. Anyways, this is the keyboard connector. These have like flip latches here that you flip that up and you can pull the cables out. All right, on both of these they have the flip latch, but it's on the back instead of on the front. Be very careful and gentle with these. I've known a lot of people to rip these little plastic tabs off, so be very careful. This says it's the click pad, light click pad. So this is the touchpad most likely, and then you have the LED bars. There's one here, and then there's another one over here. Sorry if I'm too zoomed in and then not bringing the computer into view. There's the other fan connector there. Those, I just grab the wings and I kind of just wiggle it like this, and eventually it pulls out. And I think that's pretty much all to show in here. So let's go ahead and get this back in. Oh, let me get this back onto that. Is there a specific way I need to stick this on? I do see like it was stuck down here, I guess. Okay. So we'll stick this down. All right, let's see if we peel this one up, if we can see the RAM label, because hopefully this RAM label is upside down. Okay, so we're going to carefully peel this up. Again, it's kind of, oh, okay, that peeled off the other sticker. So let's go ahead and pull this up. And here you can see this RAM is 8 gig PC4 3200AA. So you should be okay with any PC4 3200AA. If you're wondering, that's DDR4 RAM. Okay, get that back in at an angle and then click it down. All right, and we're gonna get this back on. Again, I don't know, they put this one on crooked. I'm gonna straighten it out. We'll stick that on. Okay, and I think that's pretty much all there is to show in here, unless I completely disassemble more of it. This thing is having some bad motherboard issue where, like, even installing Windows, it just gets stuck. Oh, I didn't mention the battery. So there's the battery here. There's one screw here, and then one screw down here, and one screw down here. It looks like this connector is removable. This has the one where you kind of just wiggle and pull it out. So if you buy a battery and it doesn't come with the cable, you'll have to swap it over. Battery model number is right there. It's super tiny, but it's C41N2013. Okay. See if I can zoom in and show that a little bit better. There you go, C41N2013. Okay. All right, so there we go. Let's zoom back out. Oh, I don't need to zoom out that much. Okay, and then let's get this thing back together. Make sure again that you did put the battery back in. So I pushed that back down and then slid that latch back over on top of it. And then I'm gonna actually reconnect these cables. I don't know why they left it off. I guess they're just trying to save time. I don't know. Or maybe they forgot because they taped it there and didn't want to damage it and then forgot to put it back. Who knows? But let's go ahead and get those back in. The computer powers on and everything, but it never, like, it won't finish a Windows install. When I ran Windows install, it just gets stuck at 20%. So, I don't know. It's a very strange issue. And usually what I see, because it does load my Linux USB boot and stuff, so my guess is the video card's having some issues here. Okay, so since I didn't open this before, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm assuming it goes in like this. So make sure the little latches are up. Let me see if I can zoom in on one just to show you. Okay, so the little latch is over here. So basically you get this cable, and I'm assuming it goes in this way. I hope. Okay, so it goes in like that, as you can see. And then after you get that in, just slide your finger over to latch it down. Right, we're gonna do the same thing with the other one. Actually, is that where it goes? It's kind of, let me see if I can show you this. it's like off center by a lot. You see that? Is it supposed to go there? They're both like that. Like this one is going way in towards the center. I mean, I don't see where else you can put the thing. Oh, did I put this upside down? I'm silly. Okay, let's take this back out. So yeah, so all the ports are over here. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, now, sorry for confusing you guys. All right, let's zoom back in. So you actually do want this blue tab faced up. That makes a lot more sense because that's usually how these cables go. So you kind of have to just hold this this piece back, and then we'll get this in. Okay, so we'll get one in first, just like that. And then while you're kind of holding it, slide your finger over to latch it down. Good. We're gonna now do the other side. Let me see if I can show you. Okay, so we got the other side. Again, make sure the latch is up, and then we'll use that and get that in. A lot of times it helps to actually grip the little plastic part, so I have it like that, and then you can use the blue plastic thing to guide it better. All right, so get that in, and then again slide your finger over, and then these cables actually curl under. So if you are wondering how it came out, it basically goes like this. You can see the cable is over there. You can probably rotate this up like that, and you can see these cables here. Okay, so you do want to be careful when getting this out that you don't damage those cables. All right, and let's go ahead and snap this all back together. So we're going to do the back first because that's what we took out last. So we're just going to clip it all like that, just pinch it. All right. And then we're going to go around the outer edges and click that all in. And then we'll get all the screws and we're good to go. All right. Oh, this side didn't want to click in right, so let's see if I can click that in by hand. Let's open up the screen a little and click that in. All right, and I don't know how it was before. Hopefully that's correct. There's a little gap here that it doesn't seem to want to close. I don't know if the previous person damaged the clips or what, but it doesn't seem to want to. You can see this one clipped in, and you can see there's a lot less of a gap. So I don't know if the previous person that opened this damaged some clips or what. Yeah, you can see. But hopefully just the screw back here will be enough to hold it together. Alright, so let's get those screws back in, and that's pretty much all there is to it. Again, hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helped you save a bunch of money, again, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. If you're wondering how you can do that, there in the description of the video, you can find all of that. There's Venmo, Zelle, PayPal. You can also do like Patreon or do like a super like or whatever it's called these days. But yeah, let's get all these screws in. Again, if you can't help out that way, it would help a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos and then like and comment on those as well, because that's what the algorithm likes to see. And other than that, yeah, you're welcome to stay as I get all these screws back in. I'll power it on just so you can see. But again, this thing doesn't actually boot up all the way, and I think the customer said before it just kept like crashing and boot looping, but when we try and install Windows, it just basically gets stuck. Alright, so we'll get these last few screws in, and then that's pretty much it. So we'll get these last few. There we go. We'll flip this guy over. Alright, and we'll power this on. You can see the keyboard's lighting up. And since we disconnected the battery, which I believe also acts as a CMOS BIOS battery, it might take a while to start up. And then we're just going to get the ROG Strix thing, and then it's going to try and start loading. I didn't finish the Windows install, so I don't know what's going to happen. It might just show a failed to boot or something. There you go. Oh, okay, so it just goes straight to BIOS. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Let's drop this. Bye.